Hello guys, my name's Barry and this is my very first gear check video. Okay guys, well thanks very much for checking out my video today. Now, if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I like to get a lot of feedback from my friends and followers on there when I put my pictures up. I always get asked a lot of questions about what settings I've used, what camera I used, lens and stuff like that. So I thought I'd just do a quick gear check just to show you guys exactly what I've got, what bodies I use, what lenses I use, and if we can get a bit of interaction going in the comments. Maybe if one of you guys wants me to go out with the Nikon body and a particular lens, I'll go out, do what you've asked me and do a quick video on it. I think it might be good to get something going like that. So we'll get straight into the gear check video now, and I'll show you exactly the equipment I use. Okay, so first up we have the two bodies I shoot with, and of course it's the Nikon D7200 and the Sony A7R Mark 1. Now these are two very different DSLR bodies really. One's mirrorless, the Sony, whereas the Nikon isn't. The full frame Sony just gives incredible dynamic range and detail. It's just outstanding. But the Nikon D7200 it's so sort of good at fast focus, sort of action sports and stuff like that, and it's a really brilliant all-round camera, but it is a crop sensor. So I'll start with the Nikon lenses that I use, and we'll go on from there. So the first lens, of course, is the kit lens really. I didn't get this with the D7200, but I bought it separately. It's the 18-55 VR kit lens that you get with the likes of the D3300 and 5300 I think it is as well. And I've had some cracker photos with this. I love this little lens. Considering it's a kit lens, the quality of it is superb. It's lovely and sharp, and you can get real close to your subjects. As you can see, a couple of images that I'm going to put on for you now shows you just how good this lens is. Yeah, I love this little lens. It's brilliant for a starter lens, or as you say, like a kit lens. You really can't go wrong. Now moving on from that, we come to the 35mm f1.8, which is possibly my favourite lens for portrait, and well, for anything really. This thing focuses so fast and gives incredible detail. Because it's got a very fast aperture of 1.8, you get a nice blurred background if you're doing like sort of portraits and stuff like that. But the autofocus on it is, if you've got like on continuous on the D7200, it's just brilliant. It really is lovely fast lens. So that's probably one of my favourites. That. I'm moving on to the next one, the Sigma. I've got a Sigma 70-300 zoom lens. Now this is only a cheap lens. I think they're about £120, brand new to buy, something like that. I got this for £50, mint condition off eBay. And again, the photos that you can see on the screen in a moment or two just show you how good this lens is. Now, if you're going to compare this, say the likes of this to, £600-700 zoom lens, up the range, then you're going to see differences, of course. But for the likes of what I need, and for the likes of 99.9% of photographers need, £50, you just cannot go wrong with this type of lens, like, to get you used to long range photography. And it's got a macro setting on it as well, from 200 to 300, which is really good. Again, a couple of macro shots on the pictures you can see. So just for the price you pay for this, don't it's not the best color reproduction, I will say that, but if you've got some cheap software, you just bring the colors out anyway in that. And if you're printing A4 on a decent printer, the quality of the pictures you'll get out of this, it'll do anyone. It really will. So that's the Sigma 70 to 300. Now next is again one of my favourite lenses. It's the Tokina 11 to 16 f2.8 ATX Pro 2, and this is just, it's a very wide angle lens, so it does take a little bit of getting used to. And again, as you can see with some of the shots that I've taken with this, you get some amazing results, really. But you can get really close up to your subject as well, and it sort of throws the, you know, the wide angle onto it, and you'll just see how good this lens is. Even, you know, for video, I've took a few pictures on the beach with this, and for video as well. It's just brilliant, and it's a really good lens to have in your bag. Okay, so here's a picture of the D7200 body with the Tokina on it. As you can see, it looks the business, and it just feels like a really nice lens, this as well. It's got a bit of weight to it, and as you know, if you ever held a D7200, you know, it held like a really nice DSLR as well. It feels really nice in the hand. So that's the lenses anyway for the D7200. We will move on now to my Sony A7R. Now this lens that's up now on the screen is, well, it's apparently their kit lens. Okay, so that's, you don't actually get it when you buy the A7R. You can buy it with it, but it's about £350, something like that, £400 extra. So I just got the body, and I bought this 28 to 70 off eBay. This is a fantastic lens. Again, they call it a kit lens, but I'm not so sure. Like it's a cracker lens in its own right. It does have quite a bit of barrel distortion now, I will say that, but in camera correction sort of deals with it fairly well. And if you're still not happy, you can, you know, in post processing, it's not a problem. It'll take you straight out if you bang it on auto to get rid of that problem. But as for sharpness and color reproduction and stuff, you know, coupled with the 36 million pixels of the A7R, it really is a good lens. So that's a cracker lens to just sort of leave on the camera if you want to, you know, go out and do a little bit of shooting, not so serious like. Yeah, it's a really good lens to keep on that. Right, so the next lens has to have an adapter because it is an older lens. It's the Tokina 28mm f2.8. Manual focus only, obviously, because it's got an adapter. It won't talk to the camera. But again, the images that are coming onto the screen, I've taken with this lens, and I was blown away by the lack of lens distortion on this thing. The shots that you see on the beach with the sunset, I took, and I didn't need to correct the horizon line at all in post processing. So it's an absolutely cracker little lens, this. So as I say, it's only 28mm fixed f2.8 prime. I love it. It's an absolutely brilliant lens. I think I paid about £36 for it, something like that. And it goes really well on the A7R. Okay, next we've got the 135mm f2.8 Minolta Rockor. Again, I paid £40 for this off eBay. Brilliant lens, again, as you can see on the screen, some of the photos I've taken with this. Colour reproduction from this lens is superb, absolutely superb. Minolta glass is quite famous for that, and I've never shot any Minolta lenses before I've got this, but you can really tell the difference. Absolutely brilliant, and I really like this thing. As I say, it's just fixed again, 135mm, no zoom range on it, so a nice fast 2.8 aperture on it. I'm going to get some really nice pictures with this, I think, in the coming months. So there's the A7R. Now with the kit lens, if you like, on it, the 28 to 70mm, and it feels, you know, when you hold this camera, it feels really, really nice. It feels like pure quality in your hand. It doesn't feel like a DSLR. It's just different. but it really does feel nice in your hand. And then once you start shooting with it, you know, the outstanding detail that it produces, it's just absolutely superb. I love it. Okay, and there's another quick view from the front, and there's a quick view now of sideways on with the A7R, and that's got the 28mm Takina lens on it. And again, moving on to this shot, that's got the 135mm f2.8 Ultra lens on the Sony body. Okay guys, well that's sort of just about it really. Now, as you can see there, I've got one of my Nikon or Nikon lenses, if you like, on the A7R with an adapter. Now, the only thing you got to remember with this is that because my lenses for the D7200 are all the X lenses for the crop sensor of the D7200, then you have to put a setting onto the A7R, which means you will lose 36 million pixels down to 15 million pixels. But that's still plenty for anybody to shoot with, and every one of my Nikon lenses fit very nicely with that adapter onto the Sony A7R, and I've took some brilliant photos with them, especially with the Takina. I took the Takina out with the A7R just a couple of days after I got it, and the picture on the screen you can see now was with that photo. Was with that camera body and lens combination. So that's all my kit. What I'd like you guys to do now, if possible, would be to get involved in the comments and ask me if you see like a particular lens body combination that you think, you know what, I'd like to see him go and do a bit of whatever portrait photography with that. Say like what's I've got up on the screen now, the 35mm f1.8 Nikon lens on the Sony body. Now, if you'd like me to go out and do a bit of, say, video with this in a certain situation, nighttime maybe, something like that, let me know in the comments. I'll get out and do it and do a video on it. Again, you might want to see me go out again and do some more shots with the Takina and the D7200, the Takina 11-16. You may want to see more examples with that if you're thinking of, you know, buying that particular lens. You may want me to go out and shoot just with a kit lens on the Sony, do a bit of whatever, go around, you know, the city and do some architecture or something. Whatever you guys want, just let me know in the comments, and I'll do my very best to get out and do exactly what you said and do a video on it as well, so you can see exactly how the lens performs on what particular body. I think it'll be really good to get going now, and of course feedback off that will get something going really good. So that's about it guys, just a quick gear check video. So thanks very much for watching, and again, as I say, if you liked the video today, just give it a thumbs up please and subscribe, because like I said, I do want to do more of these in the future and go out and shoot just exactly what you guys want really. So thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Cheers, bye.